welcome to Put Work In Podcast, episode
31?
How many episodes? 31.
31, bro. What do you think about that?
Are we 31 deep?
31 deep. I told Abby we had 30 podcasts recorded, and she was like, dang, that's half a year. We're over half a year in this. It doesn't feel like we've been doing it that long.
Well, we were over half a year 4 weeks ago.
But we're at half a year.
Yeah, which is over.
Okay. Put down in the comments if I should just fire Peyton. I don't know. Y'all haven't seen it yet, but Peyton Franklin was in the gym this one time. I was maxing out. It was like 3 weeks ago. And he was filming me for my YouTube channel. Still the Young, go follow me, subscribe, whatever you call it. And I was maxing out. He was recording me, and like some of the shots were kind of off and stuff. So I was kind of like critiquing him. And I was like, "Well, guys, it was just a warm up set. He messed up, but I can't fire him on his first day. That wouldn't be right." And then I go to max out and hit a PR, and Peyton was there, but it was out of focus. And I said, "Okay, you're fired. I don't care if it's first day, bro." I was so mad, bro. I wanted to hit him upside the head.
You hit PRs?
Yeah, bro. I'll be hitting a lot of them. Now I just need to start hitting some run PRs. I feel so far out from run PR, bro. I don't want to run hard at all. Like, it sucks. I could sit there and cruise at like a 13, 12, 30 pace for like ever, but I feel like I lost my gear of intensity.
Bro, I get scared to run faster because then that means it hurts worse. And
Yeah.
I already have weekly mileages of 25 to 30 about to start, and it's like, F it.
I think this is something mental in me because I stopped doing the CrossFit like a couple months ago. So that made it easier to just hammer runs and get that intensity in. And then I haven't really been doing speed sessions. And I'm heavier, and I feel like I just getting used to running slow. So I'm kind of nervous. I want to run a 5K, but I'm scared.
What's your weekly recap?
So last week, let's see, which would be yesterday, I did 26 miles last week.
I did, I think it was 19.3.
5 runs and 26 miles. Had a 12-mile long run, which was a workout. I had a workout specifically planned, but then I got into it and I was like, nope, not feeling it. So it ended up, I was supposed to warm up for like 2 miles. Ended up warming up for 5 before I decided that, okay, I can do a little speed work. So I did like a marathon goal pace mile, and then, which after 5 miles, doing anything fast is it's different because I'm not used to that. So doing this will help me get used to that. And did some like shorter, did like some 800s and some strides and stuff. But like the difference between like the last time when we did that 10K, I didn't really do anything fast. I think maybe I did a speed session a week. The problem with those is like I try to avoid them because they suck. Maybe I did one a week. Maybe I did one every other week. But like I was just cruising on the long runs, doing easy runs. I think I was running 3 times a week. And then race day came and I blew it out of the water. I was also like 185 pounds. So there's that. And I'm like 200 now, which I really need to lose weight. I'm trying.
Just go into a calorie deficit, 1,000 calories a day.
But then I won't even be able to run.
Exactly.
Like start running and pass out. Just like.
I found my new favorite goo. Strawberry banana.
Well, I've used all my chocolate flavors up. So sweet flavors. So all I have is fruit flavors that I cannot stand.
I bought a pack of the fruit ones. So I have 2 boxes with the like coffee and vanilla and stuff, and then
I might try those spring gels. Just something different. I don't know. Maybe I just.
Jonathan said that they tasted pretty good. I've been trying to shop for some chews and stuff.
They're all natural.
Because like I feel like no matter what, I am probably gonna carry something into our marathon, and then also use theirs. But
Yeah, I wasn't planning on it, but I may just so in case I need it
like,
at the wrong time.
it's kind of like out of a, just precautionary.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to get some speed workouts in. I actually watched a video yesterday about some 5K speed workouts. So it's gonna be better than nothing. I'm also gonna keep incorporating. The way I've been doing it though is like, because I really can't just get into it first thing in the morning. I think I need to start taking pre-workout for my runs because
I got good news for you.
What?
From now on, Friday nights I go in earlier so I can get off about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning.
Bet so we can run Saturdays.
Yeah.
What you got this week?
So yeah, I just pulled up my program. So still, I've only missed 2 runs so far, and they are both speed sessions.
You're in the same boat as me.
I mixed it up this week, or last week, whatever you want to say. Technically, I'm still on this week's programming because I have 1 more run left. But I mixed it up, and I'm taking out my speed intervals. So my sprints is that's what all my speed intervals were. And I don't really know how I'm going to do it. It's a little weird. I may end up adding like a 5th run into my weeks. I don't know. But
That'd be a good idea.
I did a 45-minute run with Dylan, right?
Yeah.
Who did that? Did a 4.03 miles. Nice, easy run, 142 heart rate. Ran an 8-miler Friday. So
yeah.
It was hot. It was like miserably hot. I think it was my hottest run yet. If not, it was second hottest.
It felt hot, bro. I ran Friday night too, and it was late and cooled down, and it was hot, bro.
But it was hot, but I was able to keep a 155 average heart rate, so that was pretty good. I kind of went into, because this week was more of a deload-ish week. Granted, I did 19 miles, so.
How many times are you going to say it's a deload week? Every other week?
Well, I've only said it now.
3 weeks?
But the only thing I deloaded was just my long run. After them 14-miler last week and my legs were hurting the last couple miles, I didn't want to jump up to 15 or 16 this week, so I just dropped back to 8. I ran like a 2-mile warm-up-ish, like 11:30, and then I killed 4 miles after that, keeping like 10 to 10 and a half. And then I did kind of like a cool down, kind of 2-miler.
Tempo run.
I've been changing up my program every week. So I followed it for like 5 weeks, pretty strict.
It's a good template.
And then now I just kind of okay, what do I want to do? Because my long runs are jumping up a lot now, and I need to be careful because I'm not sure I want to run more than 20 miles. But I have some things I read. People say you should run a marathon in training. Some people say no, it's a bad idea to run a marathon in training. I'm on pace to hit a marathon in training, and I don't know if I want to.
You should.
But my long runs are jumping like 2 miles a week now.
Your marathon in training will be the last day of the plan.
So it's, according to my program, I have a 15-miler coming up, but I may just do 16 because why not?
Just do 16.
Yeah, it's like. But I'm thinking, if I end up
14-miler, I think.
Because I don't know, I've kind of screwed up your program as well. Because you've jumped like 2-3 weeks ahead just to run with me.
Yeah, you keep being like, my run will be like 8 miles, and you'll be like, I'm running 12. Come on. So I'll run with you, and then I'll switch my weeks just so the next week I'll have a little deload on the long run. But it's been working out.
What are you supposed to have this week?
14, which I already did a 14, but if
Well, do
you do
16.
16, I might just do 16. I mean, it's only 2 more miles, and it'll make the next week seem easier. Because yesterday, compared to that 14 miler, it was a lot easier. I did go a little bit, like 2 minutes faster.
I mixed in. I did a little 5K trail run yesterday. That felt kind of nice.
That's awesome.
Nice mixing it up.
Mix it up, buddy.
But
It's about that time to start putting in some tempos and speed workouts, bro. Even though we've been goofing on them, we got to put it in there. We built the bases up, bro.
I'm adding in the tempos, and I'm not, because I want to add a trail run in each week as well, which would have me every day I work out. I'll be running pretty much.
So 3 days a week. I'm running 5 days a week. I have on plan to run 6 days. We'll see how that happens because I'm still trying to figure out the order of the runs because I still want to like not go super hard the day before I squat, just because I want the squat sessions to count. But I'll be pretty adjusted. I'm trying to think of the word. Adapted. Yeah, that's it. Adapted to it. So I don't want to run a PR 5K and then have to squat 400 the next day. So, but I might end up having to do that. It makes sense to do that. And I might do my speed sessions after my leg day, just to get them in the first day of the week.
I get scared to do any kind of a leg stuff on run days, because then my runs just get hard.
It's just like you ran. It's basically making the run longer because your legs are tired. So you're feeling like you just ran 5 miles and you just started. So
something I thought about doing was just saying screw it, since I'm doing more running than anything. I go back to working out after work.
PEDs.
Oh. Then I could just sleep in through the night and then just run after work.
Hey, only thing holding you back is just doing it.
Having a job.
Yeah, you could always say,
bye.
Peace out. See you next time on The Price is Right.
Uptown. Peace.
Let me see. I think I have about 29 miles for this week coming up.
I'm going to do the math. At least with my...
If I do the 16 miler with you, it'd be like 30 something. I think I'm going to hit like 120, bro. I'm going to hit close to 120 for the month. Which is nuts, because that's my PR month was last month at 68, and that's almost double. And last marathon prep, I only did a 45-mile month, and I thought that was a lot. That's like a week. So we're 9 weeks out. How are you feeling right now? How are you feeling physically right now? How are you feeling about the training? And how do you feel if you had to run the race today? How do you feel like you would do? Not exactly today, but if you felt like maybe tomorrow when you're feeling a little more energetic and recovered.
I'm sick of running. I'm not a runner. Like,
you haven't ran enough yet.
I want to run. I like running, but I hate running, and I'm sick of running. Running is... I feel like that's the only exercise that has ever done that to me. Like, there are things that I like to do, like, well, there are some others like dumbbell snatches. I love dumbbell snatches, but man, I hate doing them. But anyway, aside from that,
they're easy to do, but man, they kill you.
They rack up quick. But
rack that back up.
so far, this is like the most committed I've been to training for something. And I think I'm about to kick into another gear with adding another run in each week. And I don't know what my mileage is for this week. I was trying to look, and then you asked me that. It looks like I got 21 with my 16 miler and a 5 miler. I have a 4-mile tempo, then a 55 minutes. So that's going to put me at like 31, 32 miles. And if I add another one for like a trail or something.
Big jump.
But
Get after it, bro.
think
We in marathon, this is training mileage. We're finally, what we've been doing this whole time is just working up to a mileage that'll actually help us get better at the marathon. We're just now hitting like mileage that's going to make a difference, hopefully.
it's like the whole point of like the marathon prep is just you have like your supplementary runs each week, but like your main run that you're hitting is your long run.
Your speed session. Oh.
That you're just trying to build up to honestly as close to the marathon distance as you can so you can get used to running the distance. I think something I'm going to have to like recalculate is how much I taper off the last few weeks. Because I think I go from that 20 to a half marathon, but then only drop down 3 miles to a 10.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's what most plans I looked at do too.
But I'm also on pace to hit 20 like 3 weeks too early. So I've got some redesigning to do.
Yeah.
But I could also just add in like some more drop back weeks.
The main thing with the long run, there's more benefit, obviously, time on your feet and just being able to survive the marathon. That's why you want to get closer, but also the more time you can spend on the long run, the more aerobic benefit you get. Just the main thing, the second main thing. But you don't want to, you want to be able to do the most you can to a recoverable amount, because if you do too much, it'll actually get into your other training, which during the week, your easy runs, you're getting that aerobic benefit, not as much as a long run, but it's going to help you get better at the long run and the speed sessions, obviously. But if you're not recovered, you can't do the other stuff. And the consistency and frequency is a big key too. So
and
it all plays its part. So trust, you can't just do the long runs, because I've done that, and you can't not do long runs because it's a marathon.
You'll
die.
It's like the long runs are like the most important run, but then the others are just as important. So it's like it's not the most important, but you need to hit it every week. And another thing with the long runs is it helps you dial in your
nutrition.
What's the word? That's not it. The plan, strategy. Your racing plan, strategy.
To an extent.
I still don't know what my marathon day strategy is.
You have to.
But I think I'm going to practice it on that 16.
As an easy run, because you can treat it as an easy run, or you can treat it as a workout. And getting closer to marathon, it needs to be more of a workout. Really, that 20 miler, you need to have some sort of idea what you want to try, and then on the 20 miler, test it out. And then by that time, that 20 miler is going to beat you up, because if you treat it like a workout, like your test strategy, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna be harder to recover than if you would have just done it as an easy run.
Yeah, so like the week following the longest run, or I guess in our case, it's at least as of right now 20. It's definitely gonna be a deload following that week.
Yeah.
Distance wise, time wise, mileage wise, all that. Like I said that twice. I said distance and mileage. Anyway. But thing with by the time the 20 miler comes around, I'm still trying to decide.
So here's what I got. All right, so from today, next week is 14, and then 15, 16, 18. Instead of 20, I go back down to 13, because that 18 is going to suck anyway. And that's going to be a pretty hard week in the week. But since it's a deload, I can go a little harder in the week, and the long run's a little shorter. I'll probably actually either that that one or the week after the 20 miler, I'll test my half marathon. Probably that one. But like I said, 18, then I go to a half marathon, then I hit my 20 miler. Because also you want to be a little bit, you don't need to, but I want to be like a little bit fresher going into that 20 miler. Just a tad fresher, but not really, because I'm still training the whole week. And then I'm going 13-10 marathon. So, which I've adjusted my training plan since I showed it to you. I'm going to send it to you again so you can kind of look at it.
I think what I'm going to end up doing, because so
Pulling
far,
out.
every week I've jumped up 2 miles at a time pretty much.
Well, the more miles you have, the more you can jump.
So, of course, when I started, my long runs were 6, 7. I had it programmed to be 6, 7, 8, and 10 for the first 4 weeks. But for my 8 miler, so instead of going from 7 to 8, I ran 7 to 9 because Dylan decided to hop in my run 2 miles in. So then I had to finish with him. So I ended up running further, but then I stuck with it the next week to just go up to what my programmed 10 miler was. But ever since then, I've jumped up. I went from 10 to 12, 12 to 14. Then I dropped back this week to 8. So, which makes me just, may as well just continue that kind of a progression. Go from 8 this week, go up to 16 next week. But I'm going to look at it because I think if I can jump up my long run as it's progressing to be longer, just jump it up 2 times or 2 miles, but maybe able to add more frequent like drop off weeks where I maybe jump up 2 miles and then drop back a few and then jump up 2 more that week and then drop back and then
Only
to
9
hopefully
weeks
get
left,
me on
bro.
track to hit 20 at the same time I'm supposed to hit it.
Only 9 weeks left. So how are you feeling physically? Are you beat up?
I mean, yes and no.
I've been going.
I've never ran this kind of mileage before.
Me either.
I've never
I took
ran
like 5. I think I started running 5 weeks before you, but I was really, really slow. So we ended up, our mileage is basically right on track. But at the same time, you're lighter too. So it shouldn't impact you as much as it impacts me. But you're going faster. You may be going harder on most of your runs than I am. Because
a
you
lot of
make
my
fun of my
runs.
paces.
It also sucks
I'm
because
recovering.
Dylan gets to run in the morning when it's hot but not hot, and I get to run in the evening when it's hot and more hot.
Well, your problem is you're trying to keep the paces that you would run with me, and that's not what you're supposed to do when it's hot. You're supposed to
Well,
slow
sometimes
down.
I do, sometimes I don't.
Because sometimes it
like my
forces you to.
as far as my long runs go, I just try to keep those with you. But like the rest of my runs, I run like I have my easy runs that I stay easy. I run as slow as I need to keep my heart rate low. But like my tempos and stuff, I'm running them. Don't care how hot it is. I'm running them fast because that's my workout run.
Yeah, I don't really have
My
any of
VO2
those
run.
that I plan. I kind of just like work them into my easy runs. Like do a little bit of stuff. But I'm going to start doing some just fully tempo and speed work. I think physically I feel like I could go run right now.
I wanted to this morning, but then I waited too long. So
I ran my long run yesterday, and what I've noticed this time around, just from the consistency, actually having mileage instead of just running twice a week and one of them being a long run. I feel like I'm recovering. Like we did that 14 miler, I was crushed after, but like before I went to bed, I was almost all the way recovered, and like today I feel fresh. Well, I mean recovered, not necessarily like I want to jump off a roof or anything, but I'm recovering. I think the consistency is helping me a lot. I don't see any speed. Like, I don't feel faster, but I
more
could definitely
comfortable.
think I could last longer in the marathon. Like, when I ran the marathon, my first marathon, I got to like 18 miles and my body just couldn't take it anymore. I feel like now I could last longer and still be at the same paces. It's not like necessarily got any faster, just gotten to where I could actually run farther, have more endurance. And just doing that, I'm going to have a faster marathon time, which I really want to lose some weight, which will drop my time down. I feel like if I can get down, like right now, I feel like 5.5 hours that's just something I can do. 5.5, 5 to 5.5. Like right now, if we ran it Friday, ran a marathon, I could do 5.5, which
Let's
is a
do it.
30-minute PR. But at the same time, if I lost 10, 15 pounds, I could probably drop 45 minutes. That's a stretch, but I feel like I could drop 45 minutes, which I'd know more when I start losing the weight more. I'm trying to lose weight. It's just slow.
I'm gonna pull up.
It's actually harder than you think to lose weight when you are strength training and doing a marathon prep, because you want to fuel yourself for the marathon prep. And your body wants to keep weight on because you're working hard and you need to recover. So it's really hard without like suffering. But you'd think it'd be easy. I guess you'd think it'd be easy just to lose weight doing all the running, which I have lost some weight and I'm working on it. It's going to take time because I'm used to eating a certain amount. I just got to bring it down every week. But,
I just so you know I beat you in the weekly step leaderboard.
well, I just run, bro. I don't do a lot of walking.
I wanna pull up our last long run. Well, not our last one.
Saying all that, I feel a
14.
lot more recovered, even though the speed isn't faster. I feel more enduring, just based on the training. So I gotta definitely put in some speed work to get more comfortable going faster, and I gotta lose weight. If I feel like I do that, sub 5, I feel like I can. Even if I don't lose a lot of weight, sub 5 will probably be about where I'm at, and I think it's gonna be a stretch. It's gonna be hard, but if I lose the weight and do all the strength work, the speed work, and everything goes to plan, I feel like I could probably, if I do go hard, bro. If I like, it's gonna be a stretch to hit like 4:30. But I feel like whatever I do, like based on where you're at now and our runs and stuff, 30 minutes faster than me is like pretty much where you're gonna be. Like I feel like 4:30. I feel like you could run a 5 right now in a 4:30 on race day with what we got now, comparatively.
So
Just based off of our heart rates and our metrics and all that, I feel like 30, like whatever I get, you should be done 30 minutes before me.
So I'm low key really tempted to hit a marathon before the marathon, but just
October 7th.
at my training pace. So then I can finalize and complete my formulating of my racing strategy.
That's what the 20 milers for.
Why can't I just do the marathon?
Don't get impatient.
It's not impatience.
It's definitely
experience.
You get the experience from the marathon. Because nothing is going to prepare you for a race day marathon.
How come what you say is different than what everybody else says?
80% of people say what I say.
It's about 50-50.
It's kind of like the people that max out the week of their meet. Sean.
That's the week of.
He was like, I need to know what I can hit. So Monday he maxes out, and I'm like, bro, you just screwed your whole training up doing that.
So if we take the 14 miler at that pace that we did,
it's definitely not something you should do on your first marathon prep. Maybe on like your second or third. If you're running, they say your long run shouldn't be more than a third of your weekly mileage, which our long runs are. But That would put us at a 75-mile week. So just think about that. If the elites are following that advice, they're the ones running the marathons in training, and they're running it every day. I mean, if you're
Correct.
Cameron Haynes, you've been running for 20 years, you can run a marathon every day and recover.
Okay, if we were to run that 14 mile, like our marathon right now, at the pace we ran the 14, would be 5.5 hours.
So I think I could definitely hit that.
And well, that was
Today.
a pretty toasty run. Let me go back to that 12 that we hit.
We did it.
No, was it the 12 or the
10.
10?
Which I did a 12 yesterday, and it was 2.5 hours. So it's 5 hours for 24, and then I could definitely run 2 12 minutes.
That's right. I did the 10 was my best.
5.5. The problem is, once you hit a certain mileage, it's down if you don't prepare. So right now, who knows how many miles that is before our bodies just decide that they don't want to do it. But if you keep preparing right, hopefully you'll get there.
Yeah.
Race day adds I feel like a race day adds 10% of everything you need.
I'm still waiting on my Gatorade to show up. I'm gonna start.
Your Gatorade Endurance?
Yeah. Bro, all I need to say is Gatorade, and you know what I'm talking about. So
No, it's different stuff. So are you is this like a running podcast now? I feel like every time we just talk about running.
Well, is
that all we do?
Just for now.
We're not a fitness podcast
until October
anymore.
16th.
We're a running podcast. We got to do we can shoot a podcast on the 15th, like the day of, and then put it out for the 16th.
Whoa, what happened?
Come closer.
Bro, I gotta back up first. There we go.
You don't have to.
My camera don't work right. It's the only thing that helps.
It's automatic. That auto. You need to get you a real camera, bro. Get you a GoPro so you can put some videos on your YouTube
channel. I'll buy
channel.
one right now. Hold up.
And then mount it right there. You remember Trevor? He always used a GoPro.
No, I'm buying one right now. Give me a second.
Go ahead. Buy it live on the air.
Yeah, I'll buy it live.
All right, so that's the running. What's your race predictor saying now? Let's see. We can keep y'all up to date about our race predictors. Mine says 3:50, so it's getting slower, which is good. It's getting closer to my actual time.
It's gotta be at 4:36.
Which I think that yours is accurate. Mine is definitely not accurate. I don't even think I can run a 10K in an hour right now.
It's got my half at 1:57 and my 10K at 49. So it's got me PR and everything except my 5K.
And your 5K is just like your PR 5K?
Yeah. It's got me at a 23:14. And my PR was 21:57.
Oh. Dang. You're getting slow. All right, so... Oh. Almost exited out. That's enough running, I guess. So you want to keep running our mouth? All right, so an election just happened. Where we live in Mississippi, a lot of people have to actually register as a Democrat or a Republican. You don't have to do that here. You just register to vote. And race day comes, election day. Race day. That's what it is. But election day comes, you just go to the line whether you want to vote Democrat or Republican on the primary. Here in the general, it's all on the same one. Since I've started voting, I always thought, man, they're going to know what side I'm voting for. And at the same time, I want to vote for a Republican supervisor, but a Democratic sheriff, and I can only choose one. So which one do I choose? I don't think people should have to choose. I feel like it should be. I feel like it's illegal. Like it's unconstitutional to have two lines because you're not even supposed to have a two-party system. Yet when you go to vote, you can either vote Republican or Democrat. But saying that, this time we went to vote, like everybody was complaining about it because they're realizing how stupid it is. Everybody's complaining, why can't we just vote for both? Or why can't it all be on one? I'm like, it definitely will take some figuring out to do it because I can see some complications, but at the same time, you should be able to vote for either one, whoever you want. But it shouldn't even be there shouldn't even be a primary. Why is there a primary?
I'm just gonna be honest with you. I don't know crap about what supervisors are and
They just take care of the roads.
district things, and
We're
I'm not a
talking about the
politician.
bigger picture here.
I'm not a politician.
Neither am I. I'm a voting man. And if I want to vote across parties, I should be able to vote across parties.
Would look out for minors.
There shouldn't be, okay, he's a Democrat, so that automatically means he's for these things. And if he's I'll say she since I haven't said she. If she's a Republican, it's automatically this. Everybody, realistically, it's not all black and white like that. There's gray areas. There's some things that you just don't line up on everything. Me and you don't agree on everything.
Yeah, bro. Like, I hate Nike.
What? Yeah, exactly. And I love Nike. So we don't agree on everything. And
I mean, look, people, he's
if they have a D beside their
friend.
name or an R beside their name, they don't all agree on everything. It doesn't automatically mean the same thing. So you should just vote for the person, not the party. You should be able to vote for the person. I know on the general election you can, but at the same time, you had to get these people there. And like with our presidential, I'm going to try to be as vague as I can. With our presidential election, you got let me formulate these thoughts in my head before I say them so I don't get myself in trouble. You got really good candidates that have no chance because they won't win the primary, which they would beat this person if they win the primary. They would beat this other person because there's no reason this person should win. But if the person that will get elected or selected what's it called when they win the primary, when they get nominated as the candidate that's running for president, it's gonna be like, you could either eat coal or you can eat rocks. It's not gonna be pleasant either way, and it's very possible that this person is gonna lose against this person just because this person is crazy. But if another person that's less likely to win against this person in the primary, this is very confusing. I know I'm about as clear as fog right now. Anyways, it's just messed up. Why the people that are always in my opinion, the people that are the better choices for president never get through the primary because, man.
The big name.
Know.
They got clout.
Yeah, it does. And but at the same time, man, the stuff they're doing to try to prevent him from, like, it's either two choices. They are just honestly trying to do good and like bring justice to situations, but at the same time, based on the information they got, I can see why they do what they do. But at the same time, from my point of view, like they're just trying to prevent him from being in the election. They're doing whatever they can. I'm being very vague, but yeah, if you know, you know. Anyways, what do you think about all that?
I don't know. I'm lost.
You don't know. You don't keep up with anything, do you?
No. I don't even know what half the positions are that people run for. I don't pay attention to it.
Yeah, there's president.
Yeah. I don't even know what a president does. They just sitting behind a desk all day.
Well, that's true.
And can't formulate a coherent sentence to save his life.
That's just you.
I'm going to run for president when I hit 35.
So we have, in my opinion, our two choices are going to be two choices that neither should be the president. Just based on one, like you said, can't form a coherent sentence, and the other is just too polarizing. Which one was a lot better president, made better choices, for
kept other countries
America.
in check.
But not. It's just not who he's volatile, is what I want to say. So, and I just don't think we need a polarizing president. Cause we're just so polarized and so divided as a country, just based on our social media algorithms, they're dividing us, and we don't need a polarizing president. We need somebody that's going to bring us together. And it's always, the Democrats always have their choice. Oh yeah, Joe Biden's going to bring us all together. He's not, because
he can't bring words together to form a sentence.
No Republican's going to like him. He can't speak in a sentence. And Donald Trump for sure isn't going to do it. We've already seen, the results of that. And it could be just an impossible task to bridge everybody together.
We need a president that will ban all social media in our country.
Yeah, it's complicated. There's no simple resolution.
And a president that will get rid of the ATF.
There shouldn't be lifelong politicians. There's no reason Joe Biden should have been serving in the offices that he served for 50-something years. And we'll just move on. Anyways, pray for the president. Pray for everybody. Pray for me. Pray for Peyton.
Pray for the new president that we'll get next year, hopefully.
There's also this thing. Yeah, pray for well, yeah, we'll move on. To another subject, this is kind of similar. I think that people that should be politicians, or people that should be famous or leaders, are the people that don't necessarily desire it. Like, if you're just chasing fame and clout, you're probably not in a good heart health to be a leader or to be a famous person or politician. Like, if you just want to be a politician because that's your dream job, you maybe shouldn't be a politician. You definitely shouldn't. It's kind of hard to compare that, because I feel like maybe it just depends on your intentions. But it shouldn't be a desirable job. And if you get it, it should be limited, because you get in there, you're going to do what you can to stay in there. You're going to say what you need to say to stay in there. You're not going to actually do stuff that's good for the country, because I got to do what's going to get me back in. I got to do what's going to get me votes. But just like,
I'm going to end world hunger. Hire me as president in 12 years.
I mean, it's a lot simpler than, I feel like you could at least end the world hunger for a day. Like, food's not that expensive compared to how much millions and trillions of dollars the government spends.
That's something we should talk about. You're just not going to end world hunger.
You got
what is our one country or gonna do to? We're gonna spend our money on other countries just so they don't starve.
How we do it so they can get shot?
Yeah, that's what we do
A
best.
bullet costs a lot more than a cup of rice.
I mean, it depends. A 22 long rifle is only about 3 cents to 8 cents a round. So
That's still rice is cheaper. That's
well,
kind
what
of
do you
like
get more out of, right?
it's kind of like our strategy.
No, look, no. We can't move on from that, right?
I'm not moving on.
What's going to feed you more? Okay, a few grains of rice, or a bullet that can kill an animal, and then you have more to cook.
B. But that's not necessarily what we're comparing.
I mean, I'm
So
just
our
throwing
strategy
that out
to
there.
help people and get people on our side since after World War II has been militarization of these countries. Like, all right, we're going to send you some military help. We're going to give you training. We're going to give you ammo. We're going to give you money for war. China's strategy is, all right, we're going to build schools. We're going to get you food. We're going to help you economically. Oh, hey. What country would you rather side with? The one that's helping you get schools and actually live better lives day to day, or the ones that's going to get you into a war? Okay, don't even say nothing. It's an obvious answer. They're smarter, bro. All right, so that's what I got, bro. It's like the people that there's people like there's a guy, you know, but I'll go back to something else. Like going to the ministry school I went to, you could tell when somebody was just wanting to get on the microphone. They were just doing what they had to do to be seen. And then there was those people that they didn't necessarily desire that, but those are the type of people you want to elevate because they're not up there just people pleasing. They're not up there for the wrong reasons. They have a good motive. And so to be a leader is to serve, right? So even Jesus washed his disciples' feet. Hey, I'm talking. What? Yeah, we're gonna go bye-bye in a minute. Anyways, so there's this guy, and he was looking to get on at this church. And I was like, all right, so how would you feel if we just told you to go direct parking for a while before we just put you on stage? Because he was a worship leader. And this is just a story. It's a real story, but I'm editing it to protect some people's names. But and he was like, I wouldn't do that. And I was like, well, look, your heart's not in the right place to be on stage. The people that should lead, the people that should be at the forefront, should be the ones that are willing to stoop the lowest. To be first is to be last, right? So it's love in the kingdom, man. It's selfless, not selfish. If you're selfish, you're gonna end up at the back. If you're selfless, the people around you will elevate you. Gotta elevate you. So it looks like you got anything to say, bro?
Regarding that topic, no, not really.
Not really. It's something you'll experience in life. But a lot of times the people that are chasing after those positions, they get it. And then they crash and burn. So
the people that want it don't need it.
Right. Their heart's just not in the right spot, bro. Because they're looking for the position, not the I don't know a good word right now. They're just talking in my ears. Don't desire the position. Look, go find a purpose and go serve. And those positions
Let
will
the
come
position desire you.
to you. Yeah. It'll come to you, bro. If you do the
Game
right things.
warden desires me.
All done what? Huh? It's something about going bye-bye to a giraffe. All right, well, guys, we're going to have to cut it. It's a good short one today. We're gonna try to bring you some higher quality. We got some guests lined up. Well, we're gonna line them up. We got a list of guests we're getting. If you can think of anybody or anything you want us to discuss, put it down in the comments, guys.
We got
Please,
an
if you've watched
IPP
this
coming
far,
up.
leave a comment because we want to know that you watched.
We got an IPP coming up soon, bro.
Oh, what?
That's the new acronym, in-person podcast coming up, bro.
Yeah, at least one. That we might come in person, bro. We live like 3 miles from each other, so it's way more than that. But
yeah,
we're in the same town.
We could
bro,
just hit a
same zip
run
code.
to his house.
Yeah, so there's no reason for us to have to. If it's just me and him, or anybody, there's no reason for us to have to do this on the stream. So.
But like he's just right there.
So y'all
like,
go get that book
touch him.
down in the comments. Go get you some Grateful apparel.
Get you some Bear Performance Nutrition.
Get you some VPN, bro. I'm just preaching to the future. And so, well, there's something else I have to say.
Deal the Young.
Yeah,
Peyton
YouTube.
Cook.
Peyton.cook. Instagram, Straight Flexer. All right, so we'll see you guys next time on the Put Work In podcast.
Peace out.
Say something cool.
Something cool. Get hard. Stay hard.
Stay hard. Peace out, fellas, ladies, people.